Welcome to the SERVPROdcast.
Hello. Welcome back to the SERVPROdcast. My name is Ryan. I'm your host for today. I also am joined by my co-host, Tim. Tim, say hello.
Hello.
Tim, what do you do for SERVPRO?
I am the sales and marketing. My primary job is to go out to insurance agents, city entities, school entities, let them know about the services that we do as far as anything to do with mold, fire, water damage, and even some construction.
Very cool. My job is less exciting than yours. I do social media and handle internet stuff. But enough about us. Today we are joined by a very, very cool guest we were able to procure. Her name is Hannah. She works for the city of Apple Valley, and I feel like she'd probably be better at describing herself than I am. So Hannah, what do you do?
Hi, I'm Hannah Raleigh. I work for the town of Apple Valley. I'm the emergency services assistant. So I work in emergency management.
Now, how or why did you choose to get into that?
Well, I kind of fell into it. It was not necessarily by accident. I was just looking for a change back in 2018, and I found this job with the town, and I was like, sure, why not? I'm just gonna apply for it. It looks great. It looks like it's something new. It looks really interesting. So I applied for it and I got it, which is great. Now it was really new and it was really intriguing to me because I felt like it would allow me to work with the community that I grew up in. And I would be able to learn new things, which is really something that I like to do. I love to help people. I love my community. And I really do like learning new things. So emergency management really has given me the best of both worlds in that aspect.
Very cool. Very cool. So what specifically do you do on like a day-to-day basis? What does your 9 to 5 kind of look like?
Well, emergency management is, it's the function of lessening the impact of hazards within your community. We do a bunch of things from planning to working with the community to preparing ourselves and the community. Planning aspect, we have 2 major plans. We have the hazard mitigation plan and we have the emergency operations plan. The hazard mitigation plan, which is the HMP, which acronyms are a huge thing in emergency management. So I'll do my best to explain all of those as we go. So the HMP, the hazard mitigation plan, it's a really big plan that we put together within our department, and it identifies the specific hazards to our community. So up here in the desert, we all kind of face those same hazards, which is the fires, the floods, and the earthquakes.
Sure.
We identify these hazards based on past statistics that we've gathered. I think it's like 10 years that we go back on as to like how many fires, how many floods, how many earthquakes have we had, how detrimental could those be, and how likely those are to occur. That plan was updated. That was actually my first, that was my first job when I came into the job as the emergency services assistant. They were in the process of already updating that and kind of at the tail end of it. So that plan was updated in 2018, and it is updated every 5 years or on an as-needed basis. That one can be found on our website. The full plan can be found on our website. It's really big. Or you can always come into the town, and it's available in the town clerk's office. You can always come in and take a look at it there too.
Is it like something like a copy of like that the citizens can grab and take home, or is it just something online? Or?
We have it online because it is a really big plan. And we do have it available for them to look at, but if it's something that they want a copy of, that would be something they'd have to request through records. But it's all available online, so you can take a look at it at your leisure and see what hazards face your community, face your specific area within the town. Maybe if you're in a flood zone, maybe if you're in a high fire area, you could see all of that there.
Now, speaking of COVID, I know you've been around. So you've been in this position now for about 2 years, since 2018.
Yes.
So in contrast to 2018, how has COVID affected the operation? How do you guys work differently in light of COVID-19?
Well, in emergency management in general, we've changed a lot. Emergency management in general has changed a lot in 2020.
Sure.
There's a lot of training that goes into it, not only at the town level, but at all levels we've changed. A pandemic wasn't something that we really focused on in our trainings. It was more how to respond to major incidents like wildfire, massive floods, massive earthquakes. So this year it's really taught us that the incident doesn't have to be huge to require a big response.
Sure.
We've had to learn how to work in the day-to-day through the pandemic, around a virus, with all of the constant changes that are happening. And we've really had to learn a new normal right now. And really that's the biggest thing in emergency management that's changed.
Okay. And I know at SERVPRO, and Tim, you can probably speak more to this than I can, but we've seen a ton of things change as far as, we've always been certified in emerging pathogens and bloodborne illness and all that kind of stuff. But Tim, on your side of things, and I guess out in the field, how have you seen how COVID has affected SERVPRO?
Well, I think with it kind of being a specialty of ours, I've noticed that a lot of the calls that we're getting, they're more, I hate to say it, but they're more reactive than proactive.
Right. And then you guys both met at the COVID testing site, correct?
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about the COVID testing sites? Because I know those have kind of a lot of mystique around them. A lot of people don't know really what they entail, or if it's a big, giant, scary thing, or if it's what it actually is. And I'll let you kind of explain that.
With Hannah, from what I saw, still being kind of new, I mean, we were following the protocols, right, where you guys mainly were.
Yeah.
There was the social distancing. I don't think it's social distancing cars, but it was naturally socially distanced, right, because you're in your car, you're so much apart. They were following, the city of Apple Valley was following all the protocols as far as the safety, and that's why we were there, because they were taking the extra precaution to have the bathrooms fogged and have certain things taken care of, and being really on top of doing what was requested, I guess you could say. I don't know, Hannah, you could probably elaborate a little bit more on what you guys were trying to accomplish on that side.
Yeah, well, I mean, the county reached out to us, which we do work very closely with the county. They have their own Office of Emergency Services, and then from there it's, the region and then the state level. Everything trickles down to us. They reached out to us. They wanted to do a testing site. We said, of course. At the time, it wasn't summertime yet. It was a lot easier. It was very new. So it was the drive-through testing. That was the best way at the time for everybody to accomplish what we were trying to accomplish. And they reached out to us. They said, these are our guidelines. This is what we need. And we provide what they need. We meet the specific guidelines. Cleansing really was one of the biggest aspects, so we really do appreciate you guys being there. That was amazing. It took a very big thing off our plates. And that is still, even to this day during the pandemic, it's that hygiene aspect of it that really is affecting everybody, and that's still in everybody's forefront.
Thanks. I think it gives me a safety mindset, right? I mean, they feel better about going to certain places if the precautions are taken.
Exactly.
Even though it's over and above, but that's just what it is.
Yeah, and one of the things we're doing is, again, a kind of a peace of mind type deal. We have a program called Certified SERVPRO Clean.
Correct.
Where we have different tiers where we go in and we can either do fogging or full wipe downs. We have different categories set up, but we'll give people, businesses specifically, a little sticker that they can put in their window, in the display. Okay. And it kind of just, again, it's a peace of mind thing, because I think right now more than anything, people need peace of mind, because I know there's a lot of people that are scared. A lot of things in the world right now are kind of crazy. So every little thing we can do, like those COVID testing events, we can just be there. I think the presence of maybe not necessarily a company you know, but a company who is clearly there to help or there to clean, maybe I think is good for people right now.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really helpful. Yeah.
Well, Hannah, do you guys have anything coming up as far as events, more testing sites, hopefully maybe something a little bit less somber?
Well, we are still doing our testing.
Okay.
Our testing is moved indoors. It's at our James Woody Community Center on Navajo. And that's going to be going on at least right now through November 30th. We'll be closed for holidays, of course, but it's Monday through Friday, I believe 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I think the last testing is at 5:45. But you can contact them. That we have the information on our website. So we have our special webpage, av.town/coronavirus, or you can go to appvalley.org and it's on our main page. There's a coronavirus link. It has everything listed there.
Hannah, speaking of COVID-19, how has your guys' company been affected and how have you kind of adapted to the situation?
Well, we've been affected as much as any other city or town because we have to abide by the same state executive orders. One way that we've done this is to offer assistance to those that are most affected. We've adopted local executive orders and ordinances to limit evictions for our citizens, allow for outdoor dining for our restaurants, and to limit hoarding. We do this to ensure that our community can get through these times, and just to help out as much as we can. All our executive orders can be found on our website, which we'll pin later, I guess.
Okay.
At our town level, things that the town of Apple Valley has done, we've changed a lot of stuff at our staff level. We want to make sure that our staff and the public that are visiting us are safe. One of the biggest things we've done, we're holding our virtual public meetings. So our town council meetings, our planning commission meetings, our park and rec commission meetings. We're still on schedule for all of those, but they are all virtual. All of that information can be found on our website too if you have questions about it. We've also implemented appointment systems, online plan checks, and stuff like that with our building and safety, planning, and engineering departments. Our Parks and Rec, we're also offering different classes and updating our schedule of events to maintain social distancing guidelines. And we also do basic health checks at the door, just like anywhere else. We offer face masks, we do temperature checks, we go over basic health screenings, just to make sure that, again, our staff and our public are safe and healthy.
It's funny when you walk into a lot of places now, you never know who's going to run up and accost you real quick with one of those temporal thermometers.
Oh, I know.
But we've had that a couple times where I walk into a place and they're just like, wait a minute, and they come up and just...
Yeah.
The Neutral Dog Plan has the whole body one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You like walk through it, or how does that work?
Stand there. Well, I got in there on accident. They kind of yelled at me like, "How'd you get in here?"
Oh no.
He buzzed me in.
Through the door?
He buzzed me in, but anyway.
Yeah. We have a family that lives in Vegas, and a lot of places in Vegas are doing that. Like
full
the big
body.
casinos. Oh yeah. Big. It's just no contact. Don't even get near me. Just walk through the door, and I'll tell you if you're good or not.
Wow.
So that's nice. Yeah.
No questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so upcoming events.
Okay, yeah, so our upcoming events, like I said, our Parks and Rec are doing things a little differently. We're really limited on what we can offer and how we offer it. But we are offering day camp for parents who need childcare. Again, we're doing our town council planning and Parks and Rec commission meetings still, all virtually. We also did just have our first ever virtual State of the Town, which is a year in review, if you will.
Okay.
And it can be viewed on our website as well at av.town/SOT, so State of the Town. Another acronym.
I was saying.
Another acronym. And then you can follow us on social media. We really work closely with our Apple Valley Fire Protection District, our Apple Valley Police Department. We work with other cities, and our department does work really closely with our Public Information Office. We push out tips on how to prepare yourself and your family and your community. We also push out tips on social media about certain events like excessive heat warnings, power outages, flood watches.
Smoke from the fires.
Yeah.
Yes, smoke from the fires. Stuff that it really affects our day-to-day life that we have. And we post all that on social media. We share tips on safety from the police department, on fire safety from the fire department. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Apple Valley CA. So Apple Valley, California. Okay?
Very cool. Very cool.
I have a quick question.
Ask.
Yes.
Do you have any events besides, like, when I was talking to Brian, for example, he was telling me about when they go to schools and do, like, the fire safety week, like, we would like to be involved in stuff like that. So I don't know if there's anything that you guys would want to coordinate with us to do events that you guys do that would require anything, especially like with Emergency Ready Preparedness Month,
Yes.
like stuff like that. If you were to need speakers or people that at events.
Yeah, we have all kinds of events within the town. A lot of them are through Parks and Rec, but we have had in the emergency management, we have had our preparedness and safety fair.
Okay.
Didn't do it this year because, of course,
Obviously,
you know. But I also know we have National Night Out is another big one that we do. That's the police department, but we do go and have a booth there and on preparedness and safety tips. And
Now that's booths for businesses in the community, or just for the city, or is it for everybody or anybody that would want to be a part of it?
national preparedness, it's each different city will have their own.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, that's a sheriff's department thing.
Okay.
That's the police department. But on our side, again, we have all kinds of fairs. Everybody is more than welcome to come out as a vendor,
Okay.
to come speak. We do have disaster council as well, which our disaster council is a council for emergency management.
Okay.
We'll meet 4 times a year, and it's our mayor, it's the fire chief, it's the police captain, and then we have department heads and utilities there as well. The disaster council, it's an open meeting, so members of the public are more than welcome to come. And of course, I mean, if that's something that you guys would like to come to and be a part of,
Absolutely.
I'm more than happy to add you to that list.
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, and these are all things that, of course, you know, the 2020 has been fun.
Yes, it has.
It's been a lot of changes, a lot of things that we've wanted to do, a lot of things that we've wanted to start doing and growing have had to be put on hold. But it's just the nature of the beast,
Right.
and it's okay. And there's always next year. Everything's very different. But you know, at the town level, the one thing that I really have noticed that hasn't changed at all is just the great teamwork and the great leadership that we do have in the town. We have a great town council, we have great department heads, we have a great town manager, and they've all just been amazing through all of this. So
Which makes it easy.
Yeah.
so much easier. Everybody has been amazing, and you know, again, like I said, I couldn't do it without my team.
Hannah, I think that's it. I think we've pretty much beaten all the information out of you that we can. But I do want to thank you. Me and Tim both want to thank you for coming by. I know it's a pretty hard cut in your day to just come by here and do this with us. So
No, it
we
was
very
fun.
much appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me, guys.
I'm glad you think
Yeah.
it was fun. So guys, again, you can catch our podcast I believe it's every Friday. I'm going to be posting them right around 1 p.m. I don't know. I'm looking at Tim. Tim doesn't know these things.
I'm a little nervous now.
Yeah. Am I supposed to know this? So yeah, Fridays at 1 p.m. You can find it at the links below. And that is that.